6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ayesha Naya. First, the headlines. Caretaker Prime Minister has directed immigration and custom officials to provide all facilities to overseas Pakistanis at airports. Pakistan has reiterated resolve to strengthen partnership with United Nations Development Programme through joint initiatives. Minister for Religious Affairs has said efforts are afoot to introduce multiple Hajj packages under government Hajj scheme. Second martyrdom anniversary of brave and gallant Kashmiri leader Sayyid Ali Gilani will observe tomorrow. Syria and Iran have warned the United States against its reported military buildup along the Syrian-Iraqi border. In World Cup qualifier men's hockey 5 Asia Cup at Salalah in Oman, Pakistan will play against Malaysia tonight. And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar has directed the immigration and custom officials to provide all facilities to overseas Pakistanis at airports. Chairing a meeting on country's economic situation in Islamabad today, he termed overseas Pakistanis precious asset of the country who has a commendable contribution in the economic stability. The meeting discussed the progress on barter trade with Iran, rising value of dollar, and the issue of illegal trade of foreign exchange. The meeting also held consultations to evolve an effective strategy to curb smuggling of various goods. Pakistan has reiterated resolve to strengthen partnership with United Nations Development Programme to improve the lives and livelihoods of people through joint initiatives. The commitment was expressed by Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jalani during his meeting with a resident representative of UNDP Pakistan, Samuel Resk, in Islamabad today. The Foreign Minister termed the UNDP as a critical partner in national development agenda. Ambassador of Czech Republic to Pakistan Thomas Simitanka called on caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jalani in Islamabad today. They expressed satisfaction over the existing level of bilateral ties and agreed to further strengthen the same in trade, investment, education, cooperation and mobility of labour from Pakistan to Czech Republic. Views were also exchanged on regional and global issues. Ambassador of Turkmenistan Atajan Mavalov called on caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jalani in Islamabad today and discussed bilateral relations. They expressed the resolve to further strengthen ties in various fields of mutual interest. Meanwhile, talking to Australian High Commissioner to Pakistan Neil Hawkins in Islamabad today, the Foreign Minister has emphasized on regular dialogue and high-level visits to further strengthen bilateral ties with Australia. The High Commissioner briefed the Foreign Minister about bilateral ties in multiple domains. President Dr. Arif Alvi has underscored the need for equipping the bureaucrats with latest skills to ensure good governance and improve service delivery. He was chairing the 23rd meeting of Board of Governors of National School of Public Policy in Islamabad today. He advised bureaucracy to be more responsive to people's needs and focus on solving problems in health, education and community services. Dr. Arif Alvi called for making collaborative efforts with different national and international organizations and institutions to conduct research and provide quality training to civil servants. Minister for Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony Anik Ahmed has said efforts are being made to introduce short and long-term Hajj packages under the government Hajj scheme. Chairing a meeting in Islamabad today, he said proposals would be sought from Pakistani cellular companies for the provision of affordable calling and data packages to pilgrims during their stay in Saudi Arabia. The minister said a QR code will be introduced to prevent missing of luggage. Caretaker Minister for Planning and Development Sami Saeed has reaffirmed the government's resolve to translate the vision of a climate-resilient and adaptive Pakistan into a reality. Addressing an event in Islamabad today, he said the government, along with the people and development partners, extended a helping hand to those in need. Caretaker Federal Minister for Law and Justice Ahmed Irfan Aslam has said that Pakistan values its relations with the European Union. He was talking to Ambassador of European Union Dr. Reena Khanika, who called on him in Islamabad today. Issues of mutual interest were discussed between the two sides. He said that due to GSP Plus status given to Pakistan by the European Union, Pakistan's exports have increased by 44%. Law Minister expressed gratitude to the EU ambassador for the cooperation in sustainable development. Speaking on the occasion, EU ambassador discussed with the minister GSP Plus status of Pakistan and shared the latest numbers regarding trade and imports. Talking about the issues related to climate change and the European Green Deal, she said that the European Union sets a goal to move towards zero emission by 2050. This is Radio Pakistan. The second martyrdom anniversary of brave and gallant Kashmiri leader Syed Ali Gilani will be observed tomorrow. In this connection, a massive march called by All Parties Hurriyat Conference and supported by other organizations will be conducted towards Haidarpura in Srinagar to pay tribute to the icon of Kashmir resistance movement, Syed Ali Gilani. Syed Ali Gilani embraced martyrdom in the custody of Indian police on September 1, 2021 at his Haidarpura residence, where he remained under house detention for over a decade. Imams and ulama will remember the veteran leader in their special prayers at mosques. The Kashmiris living on both sides of the line of control and across the world will hold protest demonstration to draw attention of the international community towards the Indian brutalities in the occupied territory. Posters have once again appeared in different areas of occupied Jammu and Kashmir, urging the people to join the march. China has told India to stay calm over a new Chinese map that Delhi says lays claim to its territory. India protested after Beijing released the map showing northeastern Arunachal Pradesh state and the disputed Aksai Chin Plateau as China's territory. Beijing responded by saying India should refrain from over-interpreting the issue. Meanwhile, media reporters say Chinese President Xi Jinping is likely to skip next week's G20 leaders' talks in Delhi over the map controversy. Syria and Iran have warned the United States against its reported military buildup along the Syrian-Iraqi border. The joint statement of Syrian Foreign Minister Faisal Mikdad and his Iranian counterpart Hossein Amir Abdullahian came during a press conference in Damascus. Syrian Foreign Minister said the move violated international regulations and will face the resilience of Syria. Interim Taliban administration has signed the mining contract of $6.5 billion in Afghanistan. According to the Office of Acting Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs, Mullah Abdul Ghani Brother Akhund, the contracts were signed in Kabul between the government and private companies from Afghanistan, Turkey, Iran, and China. The contracts include extraction and processing of gold, copper, plumbum, and iron mines. This is the biggest deal signed by the Taliban since their return to rule in August 2021. 6 members of the Ukrainian armed forces have been killed in a crashing incident of the 2 helicopters. According to the Ukrainian military, the servicemen were killed while carrying out missions in a Russian-held sector of the country near the eastern city of Bakhmut. At least 73 people died in a fire incident occurred in South African city Johannesburg today. A nighttime fire ripped through a rundown 5-story building in Johannesburg that was occupied by homeless people and squatters. Now sports news. In the second match of Asia Cup against Sri Lanka at Palke, Bangladesh were all out in 42.4 overs and with the score of 164 a short while ago. Earlier, Bangladesh won the toss and elected to bat first. In World Cup qualifier men's hockey 5's Asia Cup at Salalah in Oman, Pakistan will play against Malaysia tonight. Earlier, Pakistan defeated India by 5 goals to 4 last night. In point table, Pakistan stands first with 12 points by winning it all 4 matches, while Malaysia and India shared second slot with 9 points each. And finally, the weather report. Mainly hot and humid weather is expected over most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.